Throughout history, we've seen distinct eras of innovation and opportunity. The Industrial Revolution, the dawn of the Internet age, and these were boom times. Those who understand and position themselves for these shifts often did very well. We now seem to be entering a new phase, often called the blockchain and AI and quantum era. Individuals who educate themselves and prepare for the opportunity this may present could be well positioned. I will be doing a series on this topic, so look out for future videos on this topic. I'll be going deep into each of the following areas that I will briefly discuss today as to why Bitcoin could really create lots of wealthy folks. So the first area that I want to talk to you about, which I'm going to elaborate deeper on in future videos, is the market cap divided by supply equals price. So here are some key features to why Bitcoin is better than gold. It's digital, it's borderless, it has limited supply, it's secure and transparent. You can see all the transactions on the blockchain, so it's very transparent. It's decentralized, all right? So when you understand that on Bitcoin, you see that why it has limited supply. So when you do market cap divided by supply equals price, the limitation of the supply makes it more superior as well. Next, I want to talk to you about the approval of the Bitcoin ETFs in January 2024, to be exact. That was a landmark event. It allowed major institutions like BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest to offer Bitcoin exposure to their clientele, including institutional investors. Now, people can access Bitcoin through their traditional equity accounts, which wasn't easily possible before. Previously, access was often through crypto exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken. This SEC approval opened the door for significant amount of inflows. And I'll share some more data on that later. When inflows increase, it can impact the price. A simplified way to think about this is often used in economics. Is the relationship market capitalization representing the demand divided by the circulating supply equals the price. All right, this concept can be applied to stock market as well. Right, market cap divided by outstanding shares equals the price of the share. Bitcoin has a capped supply of 21 million coins. So a topic I'll dive into in more detail in future videos as well. For now, I encourage you to use many AI tools available like ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Claude, or DeepSeek, if you want to use that, alongside traditional search engines to research and fact check anything I say. Use this as a starting point for your own research. DYOR, do your own research. Government and institutional interest is the next area that I'm going to go deeper on as well, but I'm just giving you all the areas. We're seeing increasing attention from government bodies. For instance, there have been discussions and executive orders regarding digital assets. An example is the executive order concerning digital assets, which you can find on the White House webpage. It's worth reading to understand the planned direction. This isn't just at the federal level in the US, but also at the state level as well. And now even the city level, as New York City was talking about that this past week in the Bitcoin conference. And, when I mention, just a quick disclaimer, whenever I mention government actions or proposed legislations, like discussions around the Department of Treasury potentially acquiring Bitcoin over a period, please understand these are often proposals or evolving situations. It's vital to seek out the latest verified information from official sources. The idea is that Bitcoin could be used to address national debt is a complex topic with many viewpoints. Not a certainty yet. The current U.S. national debt is substantial, and servicing it involves significant interest payments, often funded by measures that can lead to currency devaluation, right? Sometimes refers to as inflation tax. Some commentators and analysts speculate that assets like Bitcoin might offer a potential hedge or solution in the long term. But this is a speculative viewpoint, which can be backed up with data though. So yeah, let's move on. Broadening adoption. So another area that I will focus on deeper is this area here. So I can show you data on various entities from publicly traded companies to asset managers and even some nations that have been acquiring Bitcoin. This includes well-known names and significant institutional ETFs. For example, reports indicated substantial inflows into Bitcoin ETFs in 2024. And so far, 2025 as well. This increase in adoption is a key factor many analysts point to. Again, this is data, not a guarantee of future price movements. Some analysts like those at BlackRock have expressed views that institutional interest is just beginning. So price prediction for Bitcoin varies wildly. Some estimate 200,000 all the way to even a million. I think somewhere in between there is my personal forecast as well over the next coming years, right? My own research has led me to certain conclusions about its potential, but these are personal speculations and not financial advice. So do your own research. Next area that we're going to really go down deep into is the regulations as well, right? The resentment of SOB 121, that is the code, and FASB rules in scope. Crypto assets are to be subsequently measured for fair value, with changes in the fair value recognized in the net income for each reporting period. This approach replaces the previous model, which required crypto assets to be measured at historical cost, less impairment, right? I will explain that in the future videos, all right? So yeah, a lot of banks didn't want to touch this because of that. SOB 121, it requires entities to recognize liability and corresponding assets for fair value of crypto assets to be held for users, along with detailed disclosures about these assets and associated risks, right? So now they are changing and update all these regulations, right? So they laying the foundations quietly behind the scenes. Next, governmental leadership as well. These are also bullish stuff that are going on. The SEC Digital Asset Task Force, they have an SEC Digital Asset Task Force. That's huge. Congress Digital Asset Team as well, led by Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming, right? They have a crypto and AI SR in the White House, right? Which is David Sachs, right? All of that. We look at Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy. What is Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy doing, right? Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, knowing who they are. MicroStrategy is buying and buying and keeps buying Bitcoin because they just keep getting debt, equity, and keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. And so the more they keep buying, the more they can push up the price as well. So this genius, Paul Michael Saylor, the chairman of MicroStrategy, has figured out ultimate money glitch to keep buying Bitcoin. So I will go deeper on his strategy and what that means, right? The U.S. Strategic Reserve, right? That's also being played right now, right? The nations around the world who are buying, the states in the U.S. that are buying as well, right? Each state is like a country in terms of size and budget. And then M2 money supply, right? M2 money supply, the risk assets follow M2 money supply. And we're able to see about 12 weeks ahead of time because of the strong correlation between Bitcoin and M2 money supply. So we're seeing all of that as well. Before I go though, I just want to remind you that nothing I say, all right, on this channel should be considered financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. The information shared here, right, is for educational purposes and informational purposes, right? So only based on my own research, experience, and opinions. Always conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisors before making any investment decisions, unless, again, all right, you're like me and you do your own management of your investment, right? Investing in crypto assets, Bitcoin is a highly speculative and asset and carries a significant risk of loss. You could lose your entire investment, so be very careful. I share this information because I want to empower you to do your own research and make informed decisions. There is a parable in the New Testament. I always talk about this because it's so important. I apply this in every area of my life. In the book of Matthew 13, about a farmer sowing seeds, Jesus explained that the seeds falling on good soil, which produce the crop, represented someone who hears the word and understands it. Similarly, in the Old Testament, King David advised his son, King Solomon, that wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. But in all you're getting, get understanding. That word understanding. So this principle of seeking understanding is critical. Faith and confidence in any endeavor, including investing, often comes from understanding. When you deeply understand what you've invested in, right, market volatility is less likely to cause panic. My ability to navigate market pullbacks, for instance, in my Bitcoin holdings, was due to my conviction based on research. Lack of understanding can breed fear, so my primary message is to gain understanding. We'll explore these topics in more depth in future videos. If you have any questions or areas you'd like me to cover more, please let me know in the chat. Okay, so thank you for joining this video. Make sure to share, like, subscribe, comment, and peace out.